China's far west has long been a place of mystery, isolation, great beauty, and at times threat. Where we're heading, politics, religion, and identity have been combining to produce a murderous result. Hundreds have died over the past year following violent clashes. The government blames the bloodshed on independence-seeking ethnic Uyghurs who've lived in this tough landscape for generations. We're delving into one of the most sensitive matters in China today. We pass the old border post and enter Xinjiang. Next to Pakistan and Afghanistan, it's more than 1.5 million square kilometres, mostly made up of dramatic sprawling desert with the occasional oasis. Immediately you come across paramilitary police and SWAT teams, cars pulled over, identification documents registered. Reporters haven't been able to get to the bottom of events here because of the many places to which we can't get access. We're attempting to cross the province to try and find out what's been causing the tension and the killing. President Xi Jinping's China is becoming more hardline right across the country. Here it's extreme, though some would say with good reason. Last year, a team of jihadists from Xinjiang planned to strike an iconic location. They were after a shocking image to go round the world. A car was driven into a crowd in front of Beijing's Tiananmen Gate, killing and maiming as it went. Said to be a suicide mission, the vehicle burst into flames, with a Uyghur man, his wife and mother-in-law all inside. Yet the majority of violence has happened inside Xinjiang. Just about every month there's a new report of a police station being raided, or civilians as the target of bombings or stabbings. Security forces have also fired on crowds of angry Uyghurs. This is being motivated by training videos from nearby countries, according to the Chinese government. Neighbourhoods here tend to form along ethnic lines, and our first city is no exception. It's known as Hami in Chinese or Kumul in Uyghur. In the 1950s, Han Chinese made up 11% of the population in this province. Now, after waves of government-sponsored migration, they account for around half of those living here. Some critics say it's a deliberate attempt to outnumber the locals. For us, it won't be long till Chinese security is on our tail, so we head straight to a predominantly Uyghur street. People come here to buy the traditional clothing that's still popular in everyday attire. Machines have replaced hand weaving, but the designs have been passed down for generations.
你好，你好。
您好，这是您的商店吗？
哦，就是我的商店。
是做什么？是做那个
专门做民族汉维族人用的。民族特色的，这是衣服。
This Uyghur family business has benefited from an $18,000 grant from the government and we're told the town is getting more prosperous. But what sort of a place is it becoming?
比如，如果有很多杭州人搬家到这里，对你来说没有什么大的问题。
应该这样问这个问题嘛，就不好回答了。应该这些问题应该党来给你们回答。共产党给你们说话最好吧？我们老百姓胡了嘛当说话就不好了，那个犯罪了。
The Uyghurs are Turkic-speaking Sunni Muslims who've been ruled by local warlords, Chinese emperors and Mongolian raiders with only brief tastes of independence. They're a welcoming people.
Yeah, that's fresh.
It's good though. It's good when it's fresh. Yeah, it's really cool. Nice.
These days, if a Uyghur travels beyond their hometown, this draws the immediate attention of the police. So it doesn't take long for a foreign TV crew to be well and truly on the radar of the local security apparatus. Police say we'll need special permission to be here working. In this country, you can feel it when you're about to be followed quite a bit. We're allowed to leave, and though the stretches between towns are long, the roadblocks ahead have been told we're coming. We're pulled over and our car is confiscated. We have to move all our gear into a police-provided vehicle. They claim our driver doesn't have the right paperwork to ferry people around and want us to move on to the next town without him. They seem to have him on a technicality, but when they tell us that our translator has to go with them as well as a witness, we decide to draw a line. They cave in and allow our translator to travel with us after he provides a statement. Our next town, Shanshan or Pichan in Uyghur, sits at the foot of enormous sand dunes. They spread for thousands of kilometres and would be dangerous to get lost in. It's more than 40 degrees here, so I go to buy some beer, with 5 government minders following me. We're told they're here to help, and will be helping every time we leave our hotel. Sure enough, next morning, when we try to leave and film, there's a welcoming committee on hand. No need for a taxi, we're told, because our official friends will take us. They say we're in breach of procedures for not having formally applied to conduct interviews here.
我想采访他们，他们介绍，他们同意介绍采访，这个有什么问题吗？
他们不同意采访。
Yet apparently the special procedures don't extend to filming the scenery. So soon we're off to see this town's most famous attraction. These massive dunes used to attract travellers in much greater numbers, yet many have been scared off by the recent tensions.
Well, have a look at this, eh?
Away from the cameras, travel companies say numbers have halved amongst foreigners, with a drop-off of up to 90% amongst Chinese tourists. Even this is a sensitive subject.
We'd love to be able to speak to both Uyghurs and Han Chinese about what it's like living here, but that is absolutely not going to be permitted by local government officials. The funny thing is, if you were able to do those interviews, you'd get all manner of views. Some people would be unhappy with the situation, especially Uyghurs, but, you know, you'd get others who think that there is development here and the place is improving.
Day 3 in Xinjiang, and we're being driven to the next place by our minders. They're keen to make us somebody else's responsibility and don't really care what we do as long as we're not doing it in their jurisdiction.
Hello.
Oh, hi. We arrive in Turpan and can barely leave the car before a new team of smiling officials is upon us. Here, even by Chinese standards, the tailing will be remarkable.
And this is interesting, those guys have been following us. Here they come again, we're about to get in the lift. You notice our friends are just, even in the foyer of this hotel, following us around.
And sure enough, in they come. 1, 2, and 3.
Friends in the lift.
At any time of the day or night, the corridor of our hotel floor is like a busy street, with the same 10 or 11 young men desperately trying to act as if it's normal to hang around outside our rooms. One man leaves his surveillance notes on our movements where we can spot them. Number 1 went into number 2's room. Number 2 back to his room. Number 3 and number 4 went out together, and so on. It might seem ridiculous to try and deny that these men have been sent to follow us,